All right.
Goodness.
Everybody good? We ready to start?
Woo.
Yeah.
Hello. All right. Hey, welcome back to the TWEOM podcast. I'm your host, Joel Morris.
Your favorite host, Louis XV.
And it's your other host, Walt Rid.
Okay. So, obviously, fresh off the presses, hot last night. Y'all catch that debate, baby?
Hardest verses of all time, nigga.
Wow.
Hottest verses. White supremacists versus white supremacists.
And all the hits. Like, man, will you shut up?
Well, you had the my best friend is black, and I know a black guy. Those are the
My
two options
personal
on stage last night. My best friend is black, and I know a black guy.
I didn't watch the debate. Was it really that bad?
shit was
Bro, what?
hilarious.
I caught 5 minutes, and that's all you needed to see. Like,
No, for real. Yeah. Like,
there's two old niggas yelling at each other.
not even, there's one old nigga for real. That nigga Trump was yelling. Like, I felt like people sized it. Like, Biden stayed pretty calm. Like, that nigga won the debate just off of the strength of not swinging on
What?
this.
What they? That's it. But they hit Biden because he was taking the little digs. You know what I'm saying? Well, you shut up, man. Like, just. And I'm like, look, at this point, I'm like, yeah, I knew Biden would. That's not necessary
Yeah.
for Biden. Like, I knew he would fare well in that space with Trump because he's just gonna have bars. Like, he's just gonna be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna he's an old white man too. He's like, yo, we can all do
Right.
this, dog.
Exactly. He's like,
With
you
the
think
shits.
Yeah,
I was here before you?
exactly,
I've
man.
been doing this.
Exactly. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, nothing like Trump has never disappointed me. Um,
Yo, fact, yeah.
Everything he's done, he's shown the capability of doing. Um, I've been one with the theory before where I've told you guys I think he's trying his very best to be president. This is just what his best looks like.
Haha.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like if you come in and you got somebody watching 12 kids and you come back in 6 hours and one of the kids missing a finger, you gonna tell that man he wasn't doing a good job?
Yes.
Hey, what?
Okay, you can tell him he wasn't doing a good job, but can you tell him he wasn't trying his
doing
best?
his best.
He wasn't doing
I
his
can't.
best.
I can't say whether or not he was trying his best, but
But
no,
what is it? What is
doing
that? But no, I'm just saying. You can say he did a good job, but can
Yeah.
you say he didn't do his best? You don't know. His
Hey,
best
nah,
may be in 6 hours. One kid out of
one
12
kid
kids,
losing a finger.
one thing gonna be missing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I feel you. No, I understand. I understand where the comparison is, but hey, maybe this ain't for you then.
Well, some people look at some people. You come back in 6 hours, all the kids taking a nap.
Right. Right. Especially when we know the person working here before you had the kids sleeping. At least half the class.
Yeah,
At least half the class was sleeping. All right. They were trying to wrangle the other half of the class. Nobody is asleep. Nobody's under control. Like, so what am I supposed to look at you for taking care of the kids again? No.
yeah.
To be honest, I watched the first, I would say 30, 45 minutes of the whole joint, which I feel like is more than enough. And I just
You did a
took
great
some
job.
quotes. I wrote down some quotes and some like actual bars
Yeah,
that this nigga Joe was spitting. One of my favorites is he was like, "Yo, nigga, you should get out your bunker and get off the golf course and do some shit." I was like, he was hitting it with them like very subtle digs. Like he wasn't interrupting.
Was that
like,
subtle?
No, like Trump would say some shit and then Biden would be like, "Yeah, that's not what you said before, nigga."
well, he was
like,
agitating Trump,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's like, and Hillary wasn't able to do that.
Wait, is this the first time that we've seen Trump flustered
That nigga
with
was
an opponent?
mustard.
Yeah, that's why he didn't like. No, he was trying to literally get people from other countries to help snitch on his son so he can get some dirt on this
Right,
nigga. Like this was always going to be the case with Joe. Joe, to me, his problem is all on the left.
yeah.
He don't have to worry. Like that debate didn't help nobody last night, Nick.
No.
You literally was like, I was like,
Did it hurt Trump?
no.
I think it did.
Mm-mm.
Because he always shows like his superiority by his boastfulness, but it doesn't sound like he was boastful in this one.
That nigga got gently steamrolled.
The thing is, you got to look at, for instance, when Joe gets a question on the crime bill, who's that question and his answer for?
Oh, the black community.
Yeah. So when Trump says stuff like Proud Boys stand back and stand by, who is that for? He won the points he needed.
Boys stand back and stand by.
But what I'm saying is he won the points to galvanize his base. So what I look at is not necessarily did some people who aren't sure they're going to vote decide to go to Joe, perhaps, but there's someone who wasn't quite sure that was their fear now about to get animated to go vote again.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to look at it like I think we really got to stop the notion that they are out there and they can vote.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to be very interesting to see because, like I said, no one's in there with you when you vote.
Facts.
You can walk in with a full-blown Biden Harris shirt on and hit the button.
Right.
And no one will say shit to you. No one will know.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So you can mail your ballot in, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know these things until that full count happens because think of where all the polls were last time. I just don't understand how any of us are placing any levels of trust in those things, in these metrics of who got the debate points and who did all this, because this literally was happening in 2016 the exact same way. Trump was on stage. We was wondering if he was coked out against Hillary. We was asking him about emails. He was asking Hillary about emails. We was asking him about grabbing pussies. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't like a logic persists. Huh?
I don't think she was hitting back.
Yes, she was.
She was as much as Biden was last night.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She was hitting back for, once again, who's her base? If Hillary makes a succinct point that has facts and intellect in it, that resonates with me because I'm somebody who looks for facts and intellect. If it's too highbrow for, you know, as Trump would say, you know, like what she said, his what did she call his people? This bearable, despicables,
deplorables,
yeah, whatever they are, right? And this is what I realized last night. The debate was right where 5th grade reading level.
Yeah,
both sides.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that is Joe's most tangible asset that he brought. You ain't gonna say Joe is above you mentally. You're just not gonna say that about Joe. And that's a benchmark towards him, because I realized this is one thing I realized with seeing some of this debate last night. We have dumbed it down.
Yeah.
The whoever, like, we know who these niggas are, like the motherfuckers who can't listen to anything with lyrics in it, people who can't read a book, people who can't, like, this is their election right now. I already know who I'm voting. You know what I mean? I already know who I'm voting for. I already know why I'm voting. If you really are getting swayed or moved by anything that you're seeing right now in the political realm, as far as the shows they put on before the election date, then they have successfully dumbed it all down for us.
Yeah.
And, you know, we shall see what the future bears for that. But that's how I felt personally. I don't know about any other. It was depressing.
I was legit laughing. I'm just like, because I mean, we've seen this shit for like the past 4 years, and at this point, I'm just like, I don't even get mad anymore. I genuinely was laughing at some of Trump's interruptions and like the jabs he was taking.
Yeah. Like no, that's me too. Like I literally was just catching the highlights. Like, but it's sad. There's like people dying. This is the record level of unemployment, and We just watching the clown show. I'm like Charlamagne had a post early. He said, "God, just let us know if you ran out of presidents." And I'm like, facts, man. And Joe tried to bring those points up and highlight them, but it's just, but all we're gonna take is the like Lewis just took the bars. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass out the bunker off the golf course, get your fat ass in the office and do some shit. And that's where we are
Joe,
with it.
Joe, I said that, but of course Joe actually came with some facts as far as like, we got 20% of the world's COVID cases. We're only 4% of the world's population. Like I've heard these facts and these numbers so much because I don't watch the news. I get politics like from watching YouTube channels, mostly left leaning. So I've heard all these numbers before. So I'm like, okay, Joe is coming with the bars. And he's also coming with the slight jab. So again, I don't think there's, if you're really like undecided at this point, I don't know what the fuck you've been doing for the past few months. But I think it was a shit show, but I generally think Joe came out on top just because he kept his composure and didn't swing on this nigga. And two, he came with the facts. And like I want to hear some hardcore facts.
I think it would help Joe if he took a swing though.
Yeah,
I really would have liked if he swung on that.
I want to see that nigga swing.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would really 100% like if he just really just like, yo, fuck you, nigga. Like he really
right.
If
I would have got
for real
a simple or your mom's a bitch, like something like
something, bro.
You
can't do that. That'll alienate the women.
No. Like not even like to alienate the women, like, but just like to insult and to be like, hey, you know what? Like fuck you, yo, dirty ass, like mongrel. You know
what he should. You know what he should do.
Like,
slap fire out that nigga as soon as Trump and just have Trump be on the stage looking up at this nigga with his cheek even more orange and red, and just have that nigga look dead at that motherfucker, said RBG sent it from the grave. Just be like, fire. Just RBG told me, RBG sent that shit, nigga. Like, just
now fix your face, stand up.
Yeah.
It'd be even funny if the moderator followed up with like a left hook. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, for real. Christopher Wallace just get on stage like, man, I've been waiting to smack you all night, piece of shit ass bum nigga.
Everybody gonna be like, where was Secret Security? Where was
I'm talking about
Secret Service chilling.
Exactly. I'm talking about uniting America right now.
We tired of his ass.
Well, Secret Service can run out there. Joe got his. He was VP for 8 years.
Facts. It's like
we squad deep out this joint, nigga.
They probably talking to each other. Hey man, look. He got 2 swings in. He backed off. We're gonna call it.
Yeah,
we're gonna call it. All right, bet.
So I'm like, I'm being real though. I genuinely think that's how you unite the country. We just whooped that nigga's ass on stage one night. Moderator,
just one time.
Joe need to bring Jill out to get a couple of hits in on this nigga. We call Melania, she get a couple stomps in.
Melania
just show the world how we running it from now on, yeah.
Nah, but
bro.
This is still America.
Bro. Yeah,
this is still America.
I know, most violent joint in the game. Let's get violent, yeah.
Right, like our founding fathers weren't just like standing by, doing. These niggas was doing.
Remember the gloves and shit,
these
smacking niggas with the gloves. Yeah.
Right. These motherfuckers was out here like, look, smack you with my glove. High noon, motherfucker. You about to do this? What's up?
I'm trying to tell you. Joe need to bring the glizzy out, young. Put that joint right on the podium and point it at that nigga.
Hey, what's up?
He keep talking shit. I'm gonna start squeezing.
That's what I'm about. You ask me what my stance on the Second Amendment is? Boom.
Exactly. I'm 2A all day. I'll put a cap in that nigga right now. What you want to do, young?
Man, we taking it back.
Roll BLM on the bullets, nigga.
What's up?
Bars.
Put it right in that nigga. Right? I'm just saying, bro. At this point, I don't give a fuck. Like, Joe, show me you care, Joe.
Right.
Show me this nigga.
And if that's the way you got to show me you care, so be it.
You know what my biggest, the thing that really, we be seeing shit that really kind of, even if it doesn't bother you to the point where you get anxious or nervous, right? But we see severely disturbing things as Black people, right? And I just want to know, if you're not a white person that's cool with it, are you at the same level of disturbed? Because I get when, the George Floyd video dropped. That's like the perfect snuff film. everybody gonna be upset at that. But I'm talking about, are you upset at, everything else? Like the fact that Daniel Cameron made a lot about this, didn't even try to indict these officers. Those little things. Like, are you mad about the Breonna Taylor decisions? Are you mad about these things on the same level, with the same level of vitriol? And if Joe smacked Trump,
can't be.
It was just yo, man, I'm getting tired of your racist bullshit. Just to let me know, like, it's a level of frustration, because I really couldn't stand next to Trump and not risk it. Yeah, I'm
right. Like, I got to let you know really how the people feel. But
even if it's an extra hard handshake,
right? I think it depends on your proximity to Black people, because the one person that I think would really like align with what you're describing is Parks from the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah,
like, but this man he's been entrenched in hip hop since he was like 10. The nigga's 40 now or some shit like that. Like, and he's worked with people in these that can end up in situations like this. Like,
I want to see Paul Wall pull up from Houston, Texas, and swing.
Yup, he's another one who's like, he's been entrenched into the Black culture where, like, I can see him truly getting upset.
That's what I'm saying. But Joe likes to claim, like, Joe like to act like he is because we vote for him and all this other shit. Remember, you ain't Black, you ain't all this. He like to act like he in the joint. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, yo, bro, I cooled all the shut up and all this extra stuff. But I'm just like, we know you got your racist history and your racist policies. Like, you're a white man in America. You could wake up and trip and just be a white supremacist. Like, it's not hard to promote white supremacy if you're a white man in America. No. All you have to do is not read. Like, all you have to do is just expect some shit. And like, I'm just basically what I'm saying is, it's really easy to be. Remember how white people they decided anti-racism is a solution? Yeah. They always thought not saying anything or just playing their side of the fence was the way to do it, but now they realize they have to be anti. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that baffled the fuck out of me. By the way, I'm just like, really? But I know you guys saw those posts going around when the George Floyd thing happened, and I'm just saying, man, it's like because at this point, bro, it's like whatever you say on that stage verbally, it's not gonna matter. Like, CNN's gonna run it and they're gonna show it, but like I said, everybody that's already knows that you can make coherent points and keep political facts, and like, we know you're a politician, bro. Like, we already know that you beat Trump in that regard. Like, that's why I'm willing to vote for you. I know you'll at least make sure all the kids might not be asleep when I get home. But I know there won't be no Mr. Fingers with Joe.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Right.
There's no Mr. Fingers with Joe. But am I going to expect every kid to be asleep? No.
No.
There's going to be some people with peanut butter in their hair.
Right. There's going to be some messes to clean up.
There's going to be some messes to clean up. But do I think they're more manageable than a severed fucking finger?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't even know where the finger at. Did you lose it in the backyard or in the house, Tommy?
How long has the finger been off?
Exactly. We don't even know if it lost 3 hours in.
Right.
And Trump can't tell us. So, I'm just trying to get to that level of professionalism. But it was funny though. I like the way nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody just had jokes last night. it jokes or just you made the you know what I saw resurface last night? The Jordan crying meme over United States. That resurfaced last night. I started thinking about Woke at the Bridge. Cause I had it on Walt's phone was he was in the bathroom. So I was just like, yo, when I saw that meme again, I was like, yeah, that's where we at with. Like, you'll see a video of it, like somebody I know may have showed like them watching the debates, taking shots of liquor. Like, it's everyone's making their own version of a joke with it. Like,
when
it's a joke.
When we know one person is literally taking this as a joke. Like, if you we are only acting the way you're treating it. That's it. You ain't. Trump is not taking the presidency seriously in any regard. Like,
No.
so it's like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, you don't care, I don't care. What's up?
Yeah. I've always felt that's the most detrimental part to his presidency.
Right.
His level of don't give a fuck can't
Right.
help but subconsciously permeate the American populace.
It can't.
I've always thought, I've always said the president is more just like an idealistic beacon. He is supposed to condemn the racism because America is a racist country and we want to be better.
Yeah.
So he has to outrightly condemn those things. That's just part of his job. Even though it may seem like it's the ABC shit, he has to do it because this is a country of fifth grade reading level. So you always have to have a beacon of responsibility. Obama is still the level of, he working. Mm-hmm. That's why we got out of the recession. Imagine if Trump was running shit when the recession was in.
Oh, man.
I'd still be living in an apartment right now.
Facts, man. And it's like, well, Obama had that, because I understand Obama's connection to the American spirit, which is something I understand is, no matter what happens, at the end of the day, all of us gonna go to work.
Yeah.
If we're able to. You know what I'm saying? Safely. And that is the American spirit at the end of the day. Like, we gonna be down, we gonna bounce back just because we gonna naturally grind because we all in somewhere in our brains think one day we can get it off like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that because it actually mediates to a lot of people bridging into successful fields and doing what they want to do. So being able to be your own entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial spirit, and not even entrepreneurial spirit, but just I'm gonna make mine, I'm gonna get mine, and I'm gonna keep mine,
Mm-hmm.
So when Obama was in there, all he had to really do was hit you with a hot speech, make sure he let you know, I see y'all out there working, keep doing what you do, and I'm with you. That's all. That's it. People used to say all he does is give good speeches. I'm like, nigga, those speeches is important.
Right.
Like I said, an idealistic beacon, just a moral center for you to look at and be like, personally for us as black men, I'm like, yo, I want a Michelle, yeah.
But in order to get her, you got to be Barack.
No.
Got to be Barry if you want a Michelle, son.
Because Future gets Michelles.
Does he? He pulled one Michelle. Yes. Come on, son. He pulled one Michelle.
Wait. First of all, let's not sleep on the ability for a fuckboy to pull a smart sister.
Son, he pulled one Michelle out of his 7 baby mamas.
Okay, but Future pulled Sierra.
How do we not know that wasn't just her?
That's what I'm saying.
Is Sierra not a Michelle?
That's who I'm talking. That's his one Michelle, and she admitted that she was dumb as shit.
Right,
going along with it.
Okay, all I'm saying though, that's the truth is you don't got to be a Barack. You can pull one. Can you keep her? You got to be a Barack to keep her, but you can get one. You can get a woman and fuck her whole life up because you ain't shit.
But if you were Barack, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to be a Future.
No, you don't want to be. You want to be a Russell Wilson. Actually, I didn't want to be him because he was with the Snow Bunny first.
He wised up though. He walked out of that with no kids. So
regardless of who he started with, look who he ended up with.
Bars.
As soon as Trump won, he was like, I gotta get out of this.
Right.
You're talking crazy with this potato salad and raisins.
Oh man,
I've kept it inside long enough. Your daddy has been saying a lot of shit to me, and I don't like it. A lot of shit, and I don't like it. So you know what? That's it, Rebecca. That's it.
I don't like that polo sweater with the word nigga he sent me on the
back. Oh,
your brother's friends call me Jamal just cuz?
Yeah. I don't think I want to go on that fishing trip with your father.
Might not make it back.
For real. Daniel Cameron in the boat right now talking to Uncle Mitch, Jack.
Is his wife white?
You did a good job on that damn indictment. He just really waited to talk. He's like, sure thing, Mr. Mitch.
Hey, Cameron, he look at his pop, he look at Uncle Mitch like, hey, where's the bait at? Uncle Mitch look at him like,
yeah,
right.
You know who Daniel Cameron remind me of? Bernie Mac's character in Don't Be a Menace to the South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That cop who pulled them niggas over was like, I hate my gums because they black. That's Daniel Cameron, yeah. I hate my gums because they black. I said, damn, nigga.
That's bad on so many levels.
Bro, this man, the jury, one of the jurors from the grand jury saying this motherfucker didn't give them the option to indict the cops.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
I don't need to see no evidence, man. I believe it.
The thing is, like, how can you say you're perpetuating a justice system when you don't even allow the all options to be presented?
Cameron realizes who the system was built for.
Nah, it's not. It's not that he realizes who the system was built for. He realizes that he can't fight against it, or at least he has the mindset that he can't fight against it.
No, he's Candace Owens.
Yeah, so I think we knew nothing was going to happen as soon as I seen that the family took the settlement check. I was like, well, you know what's coming next.
What is I always meant people I've been seeing people say that a lot. What is people's thinking when they say that though? I don't get how they correlate.
They correlate to me because I'm just like, it's basically hush money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you could keep fighting in the open, but I'm like, yo, we just gave y'all like upwards of more than $10 million. You still want this nigga to go to jail? Like,
well, a lot of people feel the civil suit should make the legal case stronger.
Yeah,
because you admit fault in some regard.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that thinking because I've been wondering why people have been thinking that. I've never correlated the two because I understand the civil court and legal court. So, but I get why people think that. And you know what's interesting? Because I think you're right, Lou, because even if it isn't affecting the judicial process in regards to your case, because it shouldn't, public sentiment shifts when you take the money.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
People don't give them much of a fuck. But then I just think how that's so sad because I guess that's what I've been telling y'all, where they just equate our bodies to monetary dollars. And I'm like,
that's everybody in this country, man.
It is to a degree, but white people have something else that is beyond money that they can attribute to justice. You know what I'm saying? It's not just monetary gain for them. It's because if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Why is Cosby in jail? I remember this one white lady walking to me at work, and she was, talking about Cosby when he got indicted, and he got the charges, and she was she was ecstatic, and she was kind of like, "There's something to celebrate." And I was kind of like, "I don't think it really is something to celebrate." There's a lot of women out there who have no justice at all for these things, and they kind of bent a lot of rules to get him his indictment. A lot of affidavits were broken. A lot of they bent a lot of corners to make sure they got Cosby some time. Yeah, I wasn't mad at it. Yeah, I wasn't mad at it because there's women out there who were victims of him, and they wanted to see justice served. But then I started thinking, I'm like, can you celebrate one W if you know all the other things that the justice system like? Can you celebrate Cosby if there's still Brock Turner? Like you may feel like, oh, good they got Cosby. He was already like this 86. It's not like he was actively out here doing shit. So for me, it's like it was a bittersweet moment because I'm just sitting there like we're swirling our heads in all this Botham Jean shit, and I'm like, I don't know, man, because justice for me as a black man is something like Dr. King said, and justice anywhere is justice everywhere. I'm like, if there's one thing, not it's a hole in a boat. If you ain't got all the joints plugged, you gonna sink. Even if you plug the rape hole, the discriminatory hole for LGBT, like if you plug all these different holes, but you still got Breonna Taylor's going opening and flooding, it's like you're still going to sink because there's no true sense of true justice. Like, so I don't know. It's like it's just yeah, man. I just want to slap Daniel Cameron too.
Yeah, I mean, my main point is just that at the end of the day, we clearly live in a capitalist country and society. So everybody is nothing but a number. But specifically, niggas, like I know what you're saying. Like we were like literally sold as a commodity just a couple centuries ago. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously not the same. Like one little W over here is not the same as It's just not the same when you're a brother. But I honestly just felt like we knew nothing was going to happen once that statement came out, that they took that money, and I'm not mad at them because shit, you are from my family.
It wasn't even that for me.
It's not going.
I just thought nothing was going to happen. Period.
Exactly. So we know how this story ends. We know what that last page looked like. Unfortunately.
Yeah, the money was just the money to me.
Yeah, I mean,
but I get it.
I really be wondering. I'm like, so how much taxes you taking out of that settlement check? You know what I'm saying?
It better be fucking zero.
That's what I'm saying. Can I get a tax-free $1 million check?
You know, most of these families, they end up spending all that money on creating a foundation in their name. You know, yeah. Botham John's family did something like that.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know, did they get the civil suit? I think they had a civil suit too. But I mean,
taxes. Have y'all paid more than $750 in taxes?
Hell yeah.
15 years?
Yeah. Donald Trump. Yeah, like
basically a PS5 and 2 controllers.
But that helps him. You know why?
Why?
Because Trump the nigga that'd be like, look, I've been trying to get rid of taxes anyway. That's the whole libertarian argument on their side.
I never understand why niggas be like, no, let's get rid of taxes. I'm like, no, I don't trust enough of you individual niggas to fix this shit. It's gonna get worse.
Oh yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? You need, like, I understand. I remember this dude from work was like, he's libertarian. He was like, man, you be libertarian. I was like, I can't. I'm a black man in America. He's like, I don't trust you motherfuckers without.
No, this shit ain't gonna be good.
Libertarian is you get rid of this. We need an institution we could both run to and check each other in.
Right. Because libertarian is just cowboys.
Yeah,
we all cowboys out.
Exactly. It's like if a libertarian means like everything is handled through the persons in the states, and I'm like,
no.
I want some level of federal protection if I'm driving through Mississippi, nigga. I don't.
Right. It's not gonna rock. There's gonna be a little what do you call a posse that's gonna form. Is somebody gonna get yoked up?
Exactly, man. But it's just those the libertarian. Like I said, my privilege ain't set up that way, nigga.
Nah. Can't do libertarian. There are some things that are what do you call it, appealing, but can't jump in.
Every time I white meet a white man as a libertarian, I'm just like, yeah, I would be mad too if I could be. Yeah, because I'd be mad if I was in a white supremacist country and I could be running shit as a white man, but there's this entity called a government that gets in my way all the time. That's pretty much the libertarian view to me. Is you a white man, you like, yo, I could be running shit right now if this government get out the way, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Government took their slaves. Don't forget the government took my slaves.
None of that shit makes sense to me unless you're also rich. Like
wealthy.
if you're a libertarian but you're not rich, I'm just like, so that means you don't want those social programs that your taxes are going to that could somehow benefit you at some point or someone else. So I'm like, what regulations are getting in the way of you making you millions of dollars or whatever? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're not like Trump revolutionized a lot of them through the EPA and everything. So that's why you've seen a lot of crazy shit pop off right now with like viruses. Like he had a skin, what was it? The brain eating disease was in the water somewhere recently.
Minneapolis?
I think it was Houston.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you get all this shit because we starting to just see the fallout. We saw it with the pandemic, just the fallout of you taking everybody. Like, come on, now you got rid of the pandemic response team. You got rid of people that were in places for precautionary reasons.
There's only 3 niggas, but still, yeah.
Yeah, but people don't know. Like, you can read books about what Chicago looked like during the Industrial Revolution of America, what the rivers look like. There's reasons why we made all these rules about dumping waste and shit.
Hell, we ain't even got to go back that far. Like the 70s, this shit was bad.
Facts, 100%.
Yeah.
But it was a cumulative of all that time and shit. But it's like China happened, man. China in Shanghai, they freaking washed out all their freaking because they had their industrial boom in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. So we've been alive for China's, and we saw what it did to but they're even now moving towards renewable energies way faster. This is one thing I hate about the debate last night, bro. Everybody else in the world is like, yo, nigga, we worried about flying cars. Like
ghetto
some people,
ass America,
bro. It's the hood over here, dog. um, like I said, I think you were here, Lou, but last week I was like, America's just the hood, but we give you a nice cell phone.
But we got one nice Apple store.
Yeah. We got one nice Apple store. You got a dope phone. In America, this is all we have. In America, you get a phone and we let you do whatever you want with the phone.
That's it.
China tell you what to do with the phone. America's just like, here, take your phone and do what you want with the phone.
Hey, you good. You want to do World Star? World Star.
Yeah.
You want to do OnlyFans? Okay.
Okay, all right. If we catch you in the park, we taking your phone though.
Yeah. If I could finish this Trump win sketch by the 9th next Friday, I'm gonna try to get it in production. Yeah.
Word.
Ava been hitting me up. She want to do that joint too.
Yeah, man. Now we need.
She in the DR, man.
Nah, she back in the States.
Word.
But yeah, only if I finish writing. It's
okay.
Nah, it's just yeah, I'm going in though. I'm gonna go in. Y'all might not like it, but I'm gonna go in. Fuck it.
No, we don't give a fuck. We see what it is.
Art isn't always for us to like.
Let's just say your character's gonna be a lot more militant, Walt.
Hey, good. Yeah.
I want the sketch to be about what the 4 years of him in office have really done to these three people. And I want it reflected in the
personality,
their preparedness for the riot this time.
Oh, word.
So it's not somebody with hockey pads in a bag. This time y'all ready.
Man, nah, okay. All right.
I don't know if we get all the props in time, but this time y'all ready.
We got so what you got the cone for? So when tear gas is thrown, we can douse it with water. All right, you got jugs of milk? You're like,
got your rocket launcher ready?
Yeah. Hey, and that's what it is. It's like, and that's what I want the setting to be from that apartment nonchalantly to like, you guys are all watching it in like a bunker with like all the riot gear around you and full on military assault plans on the tables. Like, just, I don't want it to look too crazy though. So I still got to balance it and get the comedy in there. But I just really think, because I just want it to be just like, because the way Ali, rest in peace Ali, but the way his apartment
just looked, about to say,
the way his apartment looked, to like, I'm thinking about shooting it in our basement down here. It just have it be like, you know what I'm saying, like
stark contrast,
our unfinished basement. And you guys will, of course, I think we should start with a nice setting where you guys watch the election results, but right now I have to open it up. The election results are happening and he wins again. Y'all just get up from the couch and walk downstairs. Y'all don't say shit to each other. You just get up from the couch and walk downstairs. And then like we have the whole expository conversation about what happened. And you know, like we did last time. And then, you know, but I'm still working on it though. I think if we can get this joint done in a month.
Oh no, we definitely can.
I gotta hit Chris up, pull him out depression.
Right.
I forgot about that nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw a funny meme last night. It was like, yo, if y'all niggas still code switching at work after watching that debate, like, why? I walked into work this morning like all blacked out. I'm like, just sat down for the morning meeting. I'm like, what's up, niggas? What we doing today, son?
Yeah. And that's why I'm not gonna lie. We gotta talk about how Trump freed us up, bro.
A word like that?
Trump freed us up. Think about it. Trump being just an openly racist ass cracker allows you to be a brother who just can't stand racist ass motherfuckers. You know? It's sad, but like Lou said, if you still code switching at work, why? Like really? Like we got the biggest nigga in the world running shit, yeah? Like, oh man, you should feel very good right now. Like, look who Black America gave white people to run this shit. That's the guy we all went in on. Now I say we gave to white America because look at the number in which we voted for him. He ain't put y'all through no bullshit. Think of how good white people had it under Obama, bro. And I want to talk about this Chris Rock quote because Chris Rock had a quote about this.
Obama really could have been like, "Now, my brothers and sisters, it is time for us."
100%. But Chris Rock said this. Chris Rock said Obama was progress for white people.
Yeah.
And he was saying it because he said, look, man, we are dealing with people who have a mental handicap. It is not normal to think that you are better than someone because your skin has less melanin.
Yeah.
It's not normal at all.
Yeah.
And they knew this when they created the country because they learned from the Masons who grafted their knowledge out of Africa. So they knew he was dope. They made all this bullshit up, bro. They fed us as pseudoscience. They grabbed us from religious texts. They cooked all this shit up. And they cooked it up for one particular reason, so they could exploit a group of people, get monetary gain. We know the past, we know the story. But Chris Rock saying that Obama's progress for them, he's right. Like, it's progress that you got 40% of them to vote for him out of the voting block of white people. That's their progress, not ours. All we saw was a good candidate.
Yeah.
We ain't vote for Herman Cain. We ain't vote for Ben Carson. Like, we saw, like, Obama got the vote because Michelle. And we also saw dope ass, fire ass brother dropping them gems. Like,
he can play a pickup game. Like,
yeah.
And he got a sick jump shot. What you mean?
Exactly. Right. Over 90% of us, men and women, black men voted for him. Meaning that 2008 election, our beacons were so high for him, and it's fine. He can have these things on his record. You took over Babylon. You're gonna have some L's. You're gonna have to bomb some people. You took over a horrible country. Like, when you take over this country, you take over sin.
Yeah.
You take over a lot of shit. And like I said, all you gotta do is be the nigga that's willing to give a speech to let us know, hey, look, we trying to get better.
That's it. That is it.
That's it. A president is a honest nigga at an AA meeting. Obama was the honest nigga at an AA meeting. He was like, look, we was drinking last night.
We gotta be better.
Exactly.
Right? This morning was the whole we ain't touched nothing. All right.
Exactly.
Look, we just need to make it to the end of the day.
And Trump sitting in the meeting with a bottle.
Look here, you dirty niggers.
Yeah. Like, sitting in the meeting with a whole bottle. Obama by his second term, he was the nigga running the meeting. He was hosting the AA meeting, helping you get your shit clean, nigga. Like, I'm like, yeah.
Right.
So, let's talk about this nigga Tory.
Daystar, what's his last name? I feel like his last
Peterson.
name.
Y'all saw the clip I posted on IG?
Yeah, no, you called that one. I forgot to respond to it, but you called that one.
I underestimated this level of the nigga's stupidity. He made a whole project about this shit.
A whole album.
That was gaslighting the album. That's what it should have been called.
Because it's incredible.
If no bones were broken. Huh? How?
What'd you say?
What's it one of the bars like like how I shoot you if I ain't hit no bone? Like, what?
He said that?
Yo, he literally was like, yo, how do you know who shot you if your back was turned? How you get shot in the foot and ain't break no? Like, I listened to half the project for I just was
like I didn't know he said that, bro.
Yeah, man, he said that shit. I forget what song, but he said
Daystar is wildin'.
That's a wild ass accusation.
Wow.
The thing is, though,
he said everything but I shot her, which is basically saying, I'm sorry, correct. He said everything but I didn't shoot her, which is basically saying I shot you, my bad. Like, he just said,
why don't niggas know how to say sorry? Like, why don't niggas know how to apologize?
He said sorry.
Did he?
Text, allegedly.
He's a weak person, man.
Like,
he knows culpability means you have to deal with it.
like, just say
Like,
sorry. Like,
even though you did it,
knows at this point. It's not even like a secret. Like I gotta really. No, everyone knows.
but once again, man,
everyone.
If that was the case, he would never shot her. Walt, you're signing intellect. I told you we had to take that away from that man once he shot her.
Yeah, no, you.
And he made his. How you know it was me? If you, I'm glad I didn't listen to this joint.
Yeah, but the real messed up part is that like these young boys out here really still like listening to it.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Dude, like hitting women is going to get worse, not better.
Yo, I was on my Facebook, right, and I seen a dude I went to high school with. We the same age, all that. You know, he's an upcoming rapper, struggling rapper, whatever. And this nigga's status was like, "Yo, that Tory album was fire." And I'm like, "Nigga, why would you say that? Even if it was fire." I go to the comments and he's going back and forth with another nigga who's like, "Yeah, man, I don't know why everybody tripping." And then the comment under that was like, "Yeah, man, I mean, with nobody there, won't know what happened." I'm like, y'all niggas is tripping. Like, y'all have no deductive reasoning skills, or y'all just really dumb.
Well, it's like what white people do when cops shoot us.
Right.
That's what we as black men are doing. And I get it. It's like a defense mechanism. Because we have this intrinsic view that we have this intrinsic belief that if a black man does wrong, it's put on all of us. So it's like white. It's exactly what police do. It's like, well, we don't know the whole situation because they know that the eye is being put on them as being a negative factor in society.
But there are two separate, or at least there's another level of thought with that. Like, yes, things that black men do are put on all of us. Yes, we know that happens, right? But then there was the other component of, how did somebody look? And so there was an effort to say, hey, let's dress a certain way so that we can avoid the contact. Maybe that's what we need to do. Still was happening. Maybe we change this. That was still happening. Like, okay, we understand that it's just us as black men. Things that happen, it's just going to be put on all of us. Some of us are bad, some of us not, whatever. We still people, all right?
Yeah.
And then there are very specific situations, like, we know white boys, right? But we don't think every white boy's a school shooter.
I do.
I don't think every white boy's a school shooter because, I mean, some of the white boys killing the other white boys.
Potential.
But, hey, no, everybody has the potential. But we know. I'm just trying to say, like, there are certain.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That we look for, and then there are other things where it's just like some Jeffrey Dahmer type shit. Like, nobody was even looking for that shit. The whites, the blacks, that's Daystar. Daystar is on that. Nobody is looking for it. Nobody is trying to even say like, oh, maybe we need to defend. No. That is his own personal situation. It's not going to be put on everybody, just like R. Kelly. That's going to be put on.
No, I completely agree. In this too, I completely agree with that. But I just think subconsciously, because I look at this every time I see a nigga defending dumb shit that really has no bearing on their actual life to defend. Like, nigga, you caping for R. Kelly don't help you, nigga. Like, it has no
help you in any one
cares.
You look sus too, like caping for a nigga like that. I'm like, you out here peeing on people.
You 100% look sus.
You
now
out here trying to take up little girls.
Now I understood the Epstein 2 or the Weinstein 2s. It's just basically saying, look, make sure when you show about R. Kelly, you remind these white people men on their side of the fence is fucking shit up too.
Absolutely.
And I understand that because that's just the space we have to, that's the double consciousness we have to operate in. So for me, when I see niggas like, cause I'm like, look, bro, how do you know I shot you when you was, come on, son.
You literally, the funny thing is, but the funny thing is, in that sentence is an actual admission. Like, how do you know I shot you? Like,
well, nah, it's like it's the OJ book. If I did it, this is
if I did it. Right.
It's the OJ book. If I did it, this is, and he put the if in the middle of the I, so like real small. You ever see the way the book print written out? He has the if real small in the top of the I. And it just says I did it, but it says if I did it. This. Woo! So look, This is my thing, though. This is my thing. This is my thing, right? This is my thing. Like the way you phrase that question is so egotistical and it's like just weak-hearted. Because that's you going like, Meg, you couldn't even trust me when you saw the gun in my hand that I didn't shoot you. He's like, Meg, I know you turned and saw a smoking gun in my hand, but how dare you not believe that the man that you've known this whole time? That's how egotistical that sentence is. Like, but Tory got short man syndrome.
Oh no, he definitely does. Definitely Napoleon.
Yeah, 100%. Look, we should honestly, bro. We should respect the fact that Kevin Hart really just trying to make niggas laugh, dog.
Nah, Kevin Hart a different type of nigga. This nigga had a growth in Philly, all right. And on top of that,
but thinking he's short as fuck, but he really don't got that heart in him.
But he a comedian, like you
gotta be a comedian,
right? Yeah. Like, but you know, you know who it is? It's Prince, all right? Because Prince was a short man too, all right. But Prince has all the sauce, all right.
100%, man. I like, for instance, I think Kendrick has an inferiority complex about his height, but only when he's standing next to J. Cole.
Hey, but that
and Drake.
J. Cole tall, so
yeah. But every time I seen them get on stage together, Kendrick would walk all the way to the opposite side of the stage just so he don't gotta stand next to this nigga. I'll be like, okay, bro. And then they walk by, he dapped this nigga in motion, walking towards the other side. I'm like, all right. He's like, and then when they took the photo they got on IG, he's like, Brendan, this nigga Cole like leaning against the wall and shit. I was like,
is that why 50 Cent said Kendrick don't let them boys come on stage?
Well, it's also funny because he's standing opposite Rihanna and his what is the video?
With loyalty
video, but they sinking into the ground so you can't see how much taller she is. And then when he's on top of the roof, or he dangling her off so she lowered him. I was just like, yo, Kendrick just funny, man.
You think you planned on that?
No, 100%, bro. Like, come on, say you make sure you do all that. Like, you don't want to be like Kendrick is really short, bro. Like, Kendrick is a short nigga, dog. Like,
Kendrick's what, like 5'4"?
I think Kendrick and Kevin Hart might be the same height, bro.
You know,
if I tell you Kendrick and Kevin the same height, you're gonna be like, nah, I think Kendrick a little taller. And that's because he makes sure you think he's a little taller.
So I Googled it. So Kevin Hart 5'4" and Kendrick is 5'6", and now I feel real bad about myself because I'm like 5'8", maybe 5'9", and I don't think of myself as short, but I'm like
5'11". I'm 5'11". I consider myself short.
Same.
You stand next to a nigga that's 6'5" or some shit.
Right.
Like, everybody's short next to a 6'5" nigga. Son.
Hey, yo, like,
but you be looking
next
at
to a nigga that's 6'2", you be like,
but Chris Paul towers over me.
Yeah.
Chris Paul don't even look that tall on TV.
He don't, but he's standing next to giant ass niggas. So it's like Damian Lillard's taller than me. Like, I think Kemba Walker might be as tall as me. I think I'm the same size as Kemba Walker.
You're the same height as Odell.
Odell Beckham only 5'11"?
Yeah, he 5'11".
Yeah.
Man, look, dog. If you 5'11", you could just round it up to 6 foot. So I'm like, just fuck it, bro.
No, you can't.
Like, because them girls
that's
what really gonna be out here. Like,
I thought about that Dickie line on Tinder. I'm 6 foot.
I'm 6'2" online.
Yeah, he was like in that Pillow Talking video. But yeah, I can't believe Tory made a whole. Well, I can't believe he made the songs.
Do you think that Megan will respond, or do you think her next project is just going to do astounding numbers? I mean, I feel her next project is going to do astounding numbers, but do you feel like that's going to be the fans' like response?
For lack of a better phrasing for this, and I don't mean to disrespect to her, but Megan has really been the bigger man in this whole situation.
Bigger person.
Could have said person. That's all, folks.
But the only reason I'm bringing it up because I think this is a conversation about manhood and accountability and certain things.
Hey,
and even toxic masculinity. If you're gonna bring up toxic masculinity, then I can bring up manhood. So if this is in that realm of that space, the reason I'm saying that is because I don't think she will walk. I think she's genuinely just like. One thing is confirmed. They definitely was fucking.
Hey, look, I'm not even gonna think about shooting some woman.
But look, I mean, the way he's on these, I heard a couple lyrics. Mason just, I still got love for you, man. He definitely hit, bro.
Hey, look, she was right about that WAP.
Yeah, look, I'm not mad. Like, I understand. I know what he did. I want to see the first DM.
Her for the WAP,
bro. I guarantee you, the first DM says, "Meg, I'll do some writing for you."
Right.
That's gross.
That's it.
That's gross.
No, I'll do some writing for you. Not the post-shooting DM, the one he initially contacted her with. Remember they showed up in quarantine together and all that stuff? I genuinely think that's how that happened. Tori was like, yo, I wrote you a song. Like, if I'm Tori, that's how I'm pulling up to all the women in the industry. Like, I wrote you a song. Like, yeah, I got songwriting ability.
Hey, I wrote you a movie.
Fat what, nigga? Bro.
Nigga really 5'3", man.
It's true, man.
That's mad funny. This nigga really like 5'3". You know what?
Oh man, we could kick his ass.
And he bald, and he was balding at some point. Look,
I like how this nigga's hairline went away again.
Stress will do that to you.
Stress
will do that to you.
Oh man, son. But nah, man, it's just been Tory, man, it's Tory, bro. That's crazy. He put that in the song though. I just decided to not listen to certain things, you know.
Yeah, man. Look, Daystar is he will forever be known as Daystar.
Right, we ain't calling him Tory no more.
I can't call him by his artist name no more.
I'm with you.
That's a privilege.
That's true. Daystar Peterson.
Yeah, man. Daystar Peterson want to come back and make music, so be it. But hey, he does not have a fan in me.
Dang, he couldn't even give it 6 months, bro.
Oh yeah, the fake retirement that Logic did. Yeah.
He ain't retired. Logic fake retired? What's funny?
Kind of. Yeah.
No, Logic really retired. But the funny thing is, I got on YouTube today, and I had forgotten all about that album. I ain't finished it. I'm like, man, fuck. This nigga made a video. Like,
Tory?
He dropped the music. Yeah, I was like, I'm not even gonna watch it, bro.
Yo.
I don't know what it's about. I hope it's not some one of them Meg songs from the album. But
what if he got a whole reenactment of what happened in that?
Right,
game?
like
right.
But when it comes to find out who really shot her, we still don't know. Like he shot the music video, so that's still shrouded in mystery.
We just see everybody's head turn it, and then a gunshot, and it goes black.
No, you gotta show the joint. You gotta show the joint with the slow-mo gun pulling it into the window after it's shot. So you know, like just have somebody walking and then a bullet, you hear a gunshot go off, she falls, right? And all you see is a smoking gun pull back into a car and the window roll up.
Ricky! Megan!
I'm going to hell for that one, son. On the next episode of Who Shot Meg?
And this is why black women say we don't care about them. This right here.
It's that nigga.
I guarantee you most people listen to I guarantee you most listeners to his album was women.
I hope. I really
like niggas really didn't care. So
I feel more dudes listen to the album than women.
You think more women? You think more men listen, Walt, than women?
Yeah, because I feel like women in this situation had already they had heard enough. They're just like, all right, no, that's cool. Like,
unless you're a woman who hates Meg.
That exists?
Yeah,
it exists, but I'm like, you don't get no cool.
There's a lot of women who didn't like. There's a lot of women who hated that WAP video, nigga.
Really? I hated the WAP video or hated
Hell
Meg?
Yeah. Meg's in the WAP video.
Nah, I mean you can hate the WAP video, not vocal about it. Hating Meg is a whole nother like.
But they're not vocal about it though, because I'm like, you don't look cool like for.
No, not at all. You don't look cool at all. Hating on black women right now, especially ones in the power getting money, but.
This is why
I know they out there though.
Release their numbers, their all the data that they have. They should just release it right now. This many users of this gender listened to the Daystar record?
They can't do that walk because that's not that's against gender nonconformist and so you
No,
can't
that's
release
fine.
those numbers.
I mean, they can't release it, but they can
up.
leak it to Rolling Stones from a.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying, but it's just a bad look for them to put those type of metrics out right now.
Hey.
Yeah.
Because then people are gonna be like, "What do you mean, women and men?" It's sad, but it would definitely happen that way. And I just want to know for the numbers' sake. I want to know black what color these niggas is too. Might be a bunch of white women trying to find out why Tory did what he did.
Yeah,
I just want the numbers on this shit, yo.
Okay, I got a question of the week for y'all. I was trolling around 4chan for a little bit and noticed a really interesting question where it said that when white women specifically are able to date whomever they want, they increasingly choose black men. Why do you think that is? That was the whole question. But I want to ask y'all, do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, what is more taboo
than a black
in America and a white woman and a black man and a white woman? Like literally, what is more taboo and more sexy in the mind of that person?
I have 3 levels I think about this on.
Mm-hmm.
There's the level of I feel like it is part of a liberal agenda sometimes.
To integrate?
Yeah, because I think and back of some white people's minds subconsciously, they want to get to that level at which we all the same color. You know, that one day at some point everybody just be a beige ass nigga.
Everybody's mulatto.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in their minds that's because I think in their minds on some level that's how you get rid of racism. Just mix it up so much that you don't know who's who anymore. So you can't really yell at somebody.
Yeah.
And then I also think that you have more as a white woman, I think the power dynamic is more in your favor if you're dating a black man.
I disagree, but I want to hear your reasoning.
No, I can see that. Like,
the reason I say that is because you're not going to we get the white girl who goes for the thug ass nigga to make daddy mad. We understand that. I'm thinking of different. I'm putting it at my age level in which women, white women that I've met would date, or the types of women they are in professional spaces. Basically, I'm assigning it. This not. I'm not talking about the bad Bobbies of the world and Vicky and Whoa Vickies. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about. I think I'm more talking about cubicle Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah in the cubicle. What I could look at it as this. I think it's a get out of. I think a lot of them say to themselves, they don't want to be associated with this current wave of whiteness. So I think the quickest way to absolve themselves of it is to mix it up. So you're going to find yourself a brother who necessarily operates in our spaces. And when that comes to the point, I think what I'm saying, the power dynamic is there is because we're not going to ever hit women or anything. We're not crazy ass niggas. So what's going to happen is you got to look at certain situations in which we might walk into the room. It's kind of like Patrick Mahomes and his new fiance, right? Patrick Mahomes is a rich ass motherfucker. He's walking into certain rooms and certain spaces, and her knowledge in those rooms and spaces is secondhand to her, where it may not be secondhand to a lot of brothers who just got new money. So I'm looking at it in terms
of old money. Does she come from old money?
No, not necessarily old money, but if you look at it in terms of it's like she comes from money. She comes from a background where I always said your relationship with money is different. If you never saw your parents struggle over bills, imagine how your relationship with money would be.
Right, I get that.
So it's just a different dynamic and different understanding of money. that comes with being a white girl. And you know, they killed Donald Glover for this, but this black girl in there was a scene in Atlanta, Black Women Hate It, where this black girl is berating this white woman for dating this brother at a Drake party.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
And they hate this line, but they don't. The episode was written by a black woman though. And she actually makes a point because she tells the white girl, I wish I could have took care of him like you did, but I had to maintain and build myself up first. I didn't have the cachet to essentially, I look at certain things like, for instance, Nate Parker, he married a white woman, right? He was a struggling actor. She had credit cards. You know, you look at the nigga who played Luke Cage, same story. Struggling actor, white girl had credit cards. So the power dynamic is different in a lot of the situations when you start dating a white woman, because oftentimes she probably makes more money than you. If we're in a professional setting, every white girl in my office makes more money than me. So
I knew you was getting to that.
Well, you know I'm long-winded like shit, Lou. You gotta cut it off sometimes. So I'm
genuinely like curious. I want you to finish.
Well, it's just for instance, and then I've also assessed to the different levels of, if you're not a brother who's confident in his identity to speak towards your blackness, there's also another mark there. Like, look at Daniel Cameron. He's married to Mitch McConnell's niece, which means her political leanings may have more influence on him than he has on her. You know, so I think that there's all I'm saying is it depends. There's so many factors that go into it. Are you crossing political lines when you date the white girl? Is her family more conservative? And if you're in the liberal field, then you might get yourself into a Armitage situation like our boy Chris and Get Out, where it's just a metaphorical representation for the liberal white family who feels that if we bring a black person into the fold, as long as they think like us, we don't mind the interracial dating aspect. It's a simulation of the mental over the simulation of the racial. Because like someone, I think it was Tiny Easy Codes, maybe Dr. Umar, but he brought up the point where it's like during slavery, we lived in the house of white people. Integration just meant that you had to meet me as an equal and an equal person. So, and then there's also, you ain't about to yell at a white woman. Like, what can she say if you get into a heated argument with your girl one night and she just is in the mood to make some shit up? Like, just because people always make seem like, oh no, she would never do those things. I'm like, nigga, she's mad and in love. You don't know what the fuck that happened. Like, love make people do some crazy shit.
Shit.
You cheated on her a couple times with her sister or some shit. Next thing you notice, you walked into the house one night and she was coming in your face, getting all animated, whatever. You pushed her one time and it's woo woo woo. Like,
that's it.
That's what I'm saying.
Or the end of the spectrum where Lorena Bobbitt gonna show up, in spirit form, and like, do it, too much. Do it, girl.
Yeah. For instance, right? I'm very interested to know if everything was the same in the Breonna Taylor case, but Breonna Taylor was a white woman, meaning her boyfriend was still black. She still lived in that same neighborhood.
Yeah, I think it would.
And all the cops were still white.
I think it would have ended up the same way.
Yeah, this is the point I make. I think we wouldn't have needed to protest to get a grand jury. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I think that's the difference. You had to protest to get this situation even looked at, even though he did a shitty, horrible, purposely shitty job on that aspect. But all those protests got us that shitty result. We had to do all that just to get shit. The white woman would have just got that out the gate. I'm not saying she would have got her justice in that moment, but she would have got shit. But I damn sure trying to tell you, they would have tried to paint her boyfriend as the reason she's dead. Just like they did to him. But that white woman in that relationship, bro, I'm trying to tell you, all he had to, they would have said one of his bullets was in Breonna's body. I'm trying to tell you, I just feel like all those different layers would have came out if that was an interracial relationship. And so, like I said, and then the final aspect of it is, we all grew up with blacks.com.
With what?
Blacks.com.
Oh.
I'm like, look, the third aspect is sometimes you try to just bust that nut And you know, and I'm saying, like, to me, I'm like, it's very interesting. You want to meet a white girl who's fetishizing you just the same way you fetishize her. Because then that's just a hookup, a fetish.
It's an equal
you know
exchange.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But you don't want to be a brother who's being fetishized by a white girl and you're not fetishizing her. You're just genuinely interested in her.
That happened to one of my homeboys, actually.
I can believe it. Yeah, it's almost happened to me. So
ain't never happened to me.
Well, like I said, you got the equal one. You got the equal exchange, Lou. You know, you both got to dabble in it and be like, okay, you go back over there now. Like, I'm gonna stay over here. You know, so I'm very interested. I've been very interested to see how interracial dating would have developed if we stayed segregated.
When would it have started?
It would have in the North.
No. Like what time?
What do you mean?
50s, 60s?
Yeah, like do you feel?
What's your question?
Like the same.
Oh no! As soon as we drop that hot ass disco music.
Oh, where? Okay.
All this is predicated on music. Don't get it twisted. Like that's the only.
But this there's another thing.
That's the only thing that would ever put us. That's the only thing that ever put us in rooms together, bro. Was music.
Yeah, but
just any form of entertainment.
The hippie movement, rock and roll. You really have to look at the ways in which white.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
Yeah, and then you look at aside from sports, you got to look at the rooms that black people and white people were forced to be put into to unify and get one goal. You know what I'm saying? So it's entertainment. Like without entertainment, bro, there was no integration. Like I know Elvis stole some shit, but it's also
isn't that the whole point of Hairspray?
What?
The movie?
The play, because it's set in Baltimore, but the main girl is like, yo, I like all this black music, but I can't dance to it, so we gonna sneak off and dance to it, and then like their parents find out that they're dancing with the black music.
Oh, I didn't know that was Hairspray.
Yeah. That's basically Hairspray. Yeah.
I've seen that shit.
But it's like literally every movie I've ever seen, like especially back in like it's usually something that is unanimously available to each other in the culture. Like
let's remember the Titans.
Yeah,
it's like we are forced to get along and integrate because of this entertainment medium, which is football.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying.
Oh man, was 8 Mile the rap version?
Man, let's leave Eminem out of this shit.
Mm-hmm. But it's just like I said, so it's but all those different factors go into play when it comes to certain things like that, and it's like how many white people like hip hop because of Eminem.
Facts.
You know, they had somebody who gave them a bridge into this world, and then they found other artists in there. Yeah. And now, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be a fan of Kendrick because he's a fan of Eminem. And if Eminem was the first artist you liked as a white person, then yeah, you can see the influences. So you're in the space now, you know, like your boy, like Parch, right? It's like he had one artist that pulled him in there, you know, and now he's a part of this hip hop culture in this world. And, you know, which is a black culture. And, I just look at it in terms of most of the things that operate in that space and operate that way. You know, then we got the appropriation of the things they steal all the time.
You know, it was so I just want to this is a random point when you said Eminem and Kendrick. I hear a lot from like I don't want to call them little rappers, but these like non-black rappers like Rich Chigga or Rich Brian as he goes by now, and like
Lil Pump.
What's that? Billie Eilish. I hear that their gateway, and I've heard this a lot from like younger than millennial rappers. That Childish Gambino is kind of like that new Eminem in the sense of like, oh, this is a lot of people's gateway into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they didn't grow up on like Biggie or like Pac or like Jigga.
Yeah, Childish is our generation.
Childish Gambino was the first hip hop album.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I feel like that's more like 25 to 30.
But no, I'm talking about like these are people younger, like younger than us.
I always got to give that to Tyler.
don't hear Tyler as much, but I hear Gambino come up a lot, bro.
I can see.
Yeah. Well, Billie Eilish loves Tyler.
Mainly because of Community.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know, you see him on Community. You go on YouTube, you can see his videos there.
Well, Drake had Degrassi. Drake is a big component towards crossover.
It's the same thing, right?
You know how many white girls he got into hip hop?
Bruh, like Mans was actually spitting on Degrassi too.
Yeah, but I always tell people, I was like, do you like rap? Do you like hip hop, or are you a fan of Drake? Because there's a difference.
Yeah, no, there's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
Like, there's a difference though, and I'm not even talking about like, do you like rap or do you just like Drake? I feel like there's a difference between finding out or liking hip hop because of Drake and liking hip hop because of Gambino. Because I feel like if you tell me you like Drake, what you're telling me is you just like what's popular. But if you're telling me your gateway into hip hop was Childish Gambino, who's not a very like mainstream, I mean, maybe now, but he wasn't a very mainstream hip hop rapper. That means you found out about, you got into hip hop through kind of like the back channel, like the back door, you know. Like you all said, you saw him on Community, you heard his shit, you're like, oh, this nigga rap too? Oh, okay, I fuck with this because he sounds like he grew up in the suburbs, yada, yada, yada. So to me, the two is different. You know
well, to me, it's like, it's Drake. I think the people who watch Community don't go to parties.
Right.
Yeah, and if you go to the parties, Drake got you.
Yeah.
If you were a white girl who went to parties and then, you know, got a couple of his hits on headlines or whatever, then Drake pulled, or Lil Wayne, Lollipop, you know, you got pulled that way through those hits and smashes that come on, you know, on radio. And then like with the Community thing, like you saying, Lou, you got that niche audience of white people who was just like, oh, okay, let me try this. And then you had his, what's that freestyle he dropped? Where he's like black and yellow.
You're talking about
when he's in the airport hangar running around and shit with the lights in the background.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, Freaks and Geeks. You know, exactly. That's the same thing, but that's the equivalent to Best Ever Had. It's just, where's this? One is YouTube centric, meaning you're like the YouTube kids who are searching for things and, you know, going in there and you're getting your mixtapes on Dat Piff and all that other shit. And then you're going to be the person who's like, okay, and then he's just, I heard this in the club. Let me go find it on Spotify. And you know what I'm saying? But both of them now have been introduced into this world via these mediums and these spaces. So I get what you're saying. I just think we're talking about like different demographics of white people. That's all. Yeah. I just think we're talking about different demographics of white people. And we're gonna know more white people who like Gambino than we will know white people who like Drake. Just because of the spaces in which we operate sometimes. That's what I found to be the case anyway. Like I'm more white. Like when I was at Mason, you're right, Lou. It was Gambino. 100%. It was, I like Childish. I like Childish. But then I'll be like, yo, you heard Royalty? Oh, I didn't really like that one. That was his Blackest project. That was his Blackest project. So
Royalty slapped. Oh my god.
The Royalty was the shit. I love that Drake. And then I love Tina Fey at the end, refusing to say the N-word.
This is Royalty. Yeah.
I need Camp more.
Oh man, Childish was trying to get her canceled. That's Tina was like, nigga, I know this not going on. I don't feel safe. Tina was like, I don't want to say that. I'll never say that word. She's like mouthing it over the beat and shit.
Hey, look, Tina been here. She was like, look, I've been here for 15. I'm about to be here for another 15.
Exactly. She's like, you ain't about to get me like you got Ellen.
Right, man.
Tina's like, I'm not going out like Ellen, nigga.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of that, Ellen's back. If you care,
I wonder. This is gonna be my little question of the week.
I don't care.
So what Walt was saying, in a way, I kind of like questions of that nature. You know, who has the you know, those dynamics, interracial dating and things of that line. But have you like, how much do you think like certain white celebrities value being loved by black people?
Ooh,
not that much.
Meaning, like they put something into the culture that we fuck with, right?
Oh, okay, wait.
They put something into the culture. Not even, you don't even have to say the culture necessarily, but they have, for instance, everybody loved Tommy on Power.
Yes.
Never watched the show.
Yeah.
Never. But they love Tommy on Power, right? And so now the actor who played Tommy can be in any movie with some hood gangster shit.
He gonna be Tommy.
He's fine. He's fine throughout his career, and most niggas will give him that cachet and be like, "Yo, son, fuck with that nigga."
Right.
That's that nigga from Power. That's what people. Gary Owens.
Right.
You know the comedian Gary Owens.
I was just thinking about him. He was the first person that I thought of.
He'll tell you he values it a lot.
Yeah.
Right. He'll tell other white people, "Come on over here. It's nothing but fun and it's nothing but parties." And he said, "Put that racist shit down and come on over here." Like, and so and to me, the only reason I bring this up,
like, what's up?
The only reason I bring that up because I think those are the white people who venture across the county line to go to the black party if we were still segregated.
Oh man, yo, so there's one more dude, but he usually plays like a middle-aged white man that's getting owned, you know, as a racist, you know, but like he's always playing that, like he's willing to play the transformative person, or the, so to speak,
the actor.
Yeah, he's an actor. I can't remember his name. I know he was on the first episode of Watchmen.
I was thinking Bryan Cranston because he made that movie with Kevin Hart. But not him.
Bryan Cranston don't care.
I didn't get him any.
Bryan Cranston don't give a. Yeah, he don't give a fuck about no niggas.
That's not what get him any.
Man,
Don
Johnson. His name is Don Johnson. He was also in.
The hell is Don Johnson?
No. He's a good dude. He was also in Django. And he was playing the leader of the Ku Klux Klan, you know. And remember the whole scene where they were like, you know, we went with the sheets on and off and on. Yeah. So
yeah.
And then they get blown up. Like, that's him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still not gonna Google this nigga.
That's fine. You ain't got to. I just give you the information. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the culture though.
So to answer your question,
helps out.
Because I see a lot of these white celebrities endorsing Biden, and they're getting all their Trump supporter fans mad, like The Rock and shit. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's kind of like there's a reason why Miley Cyrus isn't outrightly condemning Trump, or wasn't immediately, right? Mm-hmm. You know, she was the one. Exactly. You know, it took a lot for her to come out and do some shit, because she know her bread is butter. Mm-hmm. And I just think like Taylor knows she ain't got no cachet in black people land. Yeah. She got Amber Rose's son, and that's it. That's the only black person. That's
half a nigga.
half a nigga, right? So that's it. Like that's all she got over here on this side of the fence, right? Miley's gonna have more black people because Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And Disney Channel, right? So there's gonna be some black girls who are like, "Oh, I love Miley," right?
Some niggas.
Exactly, some niggas too who's like, "Oh man, I wanted to smash back in the day." And then, so now you have there's the childhood culture supplanting of like we all love Chelsea from Raven, you know,
right?
There's the and she has like, you know, she's that layer of it, with that cachet of it, or the white girl
who was from the Parkers,
from the Parkers, or the white girl from The Game, who's married to that one football player in there.
Right.
And then you have, like I said, you know, Neil Brennan.
Right, yes.
Wrote with Chappelle, worked with Chappelle. I just often wonder, I see some of them outwardly value it a lot, and some of them are just like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. So I just always kind of wonder that in terms of because we saw who G-Eazy definitely values it, even though he doesn't have a ton of it, but he was also like, "Hey, this Asian men shit, I ain't trying to lose what I got." So
yeah, true.
Yeah, so it's also because we can see how much Terry Crews values white fans.
Yes. Yeah, I think the list is extremely short for white artists or for white celebrities. I mean, I think we named the three that would.
Justin Timberlake had it till he started talking shit about Prince.
Well, I mean,
we ain't worried about JT right now.
I think he was always kind of like, you know, like you're for the culture, but if you switch, I'm not surprised.
He really wasn't.
But like you said, Gary Owen, Tommy from Power, Neil Brennan.
I
Yeah,
feel
man.
like it's not different
Joe
than like
Biden.
politicians, um, in the sense that like unless niggas have been in the forefront of your mind, before you was making art, I'm just like, yeah, why would you be a white person trying to make shit that black people fuck like me, like as an artist, I'm never like, damn, I hope white people fuck with this. I'm like, no, fuck that. I hope first and foremost that the people that look like me that I grew up with fuck with this shit I make, whether it's music, art, movies,
Yeah,
whatever.
just fuck with the dope
So I'm
shit.
really not surprised.
We know it's
Yeah,
funny.
I really don't.
There are some white people who are supplanted in our culture. We don't even know it. Like Ludwig Göransson, like
What did you repeat?
Ludwig.
Yes, yes.
He's worked with Childish
Beano's
Gambino as
boy.
producer. He scored Black Panther,
Bruh, he scored a bunch of movies.
Fruitvale Station, like. But you wouldn't know that he's in it, but he is. Like,
Yeah.
he gave you that dope ass freaking them sounds that you heard in Black Panther. It was a white dude cooking it up.
But does that mean anything though, or that he's just into music? Because I feel like we give these passes like very easily.
Nah,
as
like
far as
but it's the type of projects that he's attached
Well,
to.
no, I was just going what you were talking about. He's an artist though, and he's in it by what he creates. That's the only thing I was highlighting with him. I wasn't saying that it's like, I'm not saying that he necessarily values it, but he has to at some degree because he's making the score to Black Panther. Like, I hope black people fuck with this. Like, he's thinking that. He has to be thinking that. He's not going to be thinking that. He went to Africa and supplanted himself into the culture to make sure that he was gathering those sounds. Kendrick got the wailing joint from him in the studio. We came and sat down, listened to some of these. Louis, he moved to South Africa as soon as he found out he was scoring a movie, submersed himself in some of the native sounds and to compile them for the film. And I was just like to me, I can't call him an appropriator because that's somebody who's supplanted and willing to invest himself to make sure he's going to put proper steps into representing the culture properly. Exactly. And it's cool. It's like
that's enough.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough. I don't think he's going to get the outright praise of black people, but we have to inherently admit the shit he makes is dope because of everything that he's been a part of that we don't know. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm
that's
saying.
In our culture. That's all I'm saying.
My point is, I feel what you're saying. My point is, yeah, all I'm saying is that like I feel like that's more of a, not so much like, of course, maybe a small part of him is like, I hope niggas fuck with this because it's some African shit. I feel like that's more of a, I love this art, I love this medium, so I just want to give my best to it. So if that means moving to South Africa so I could really get them sounds and clicks or whatever, then fuck it, I'm moving to South Africa. But I respect that though. I didn't even know that. Shout out to Ludwig.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's a white guy who's in the culture supplanted. Because you can see his credits on IMDb, but I didn't know this motherfucker made this. Like, I didn't know he was a part of this. What he did what for who? He made that song. He was in the studio and and it's like that nigga Rick Rubin with the beard.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the fuck he was till he was in the whole video.
Yeah.
Back in the day for 99 Problems. And then you just find out, he was a part of this, part of that, part of this.
Yep.
And it's like you just don't know. Like, you don't know who Steve Stout is till he's in the video. Like, right. So it's just sometimes like that's always very interesting to me. And then there's like then you hear about the other side of it where the Joe Budden shouting out Leonard Cohen. Who's that motherfucker white dude he hate who run Def Jam or some shit?
Cohen.
Yeah, he's always shit.
Cohen.
Exactly. But this dude has been intricate in towards this layer of it. And Joe's always like, fuck this motherfucker. But he literally is that the white man that was on Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
And Charlamagne was interviewing him and he kept saying our culture. And Charlamagne really couldn't check him because he's done so much in the culture. Like people used to come for him in the comments like, how you gonna let this white man say our culture in front of you like that? And he's just like, because Charlamagne, I get it. Charlamagne's like, I'm a hip hop head. I can't say I'm a New York based MC or I grew up in New York, but I know New York artists because I'm a hip hop head. So kind of the same way he was accepted in the New York market, Leonard Cohen's got accepted into hip hop. Just being a part of dope shit and making dope shit and knowing your shit. Like if you know your knowledge, like it's like some people, how some people when they want to get their United States citizenship, they have to learn more about the United States than people who grew up here to pass the test.
All my family.
Yeah, so it's very, but no, it's just funny to me though. Like, but the average person can answer half the questions that are on there, even though they're mostly 5th grade to 10th grade reading levels, and but they can't answer them because they're just American. You know, it's just an inherent thing to them. So I'm in hip hop inherently, and there's some white kid like, you know, like Parks, who's just, he knows all of Rakim's discography, he knows all of this discography and all these different things. Like, so I give credit where you gotta, I can understand those types of things, but I think people like that though, like a Parks, I think he values it a lot. The only reason I'm asking is because these are the people who you can trust in terms of not wanting to look a certain way. So they're always, even if they don't agree with it, they gonna follow the fray because the fray is where they eat. Right. And that's what I want to get to. I want to get to a place where we just have the influence to make you do what we want you to do. We don't really care about the empathy because we understand that that's not developing no time soon. So we just want to have the influence and sway to make you do what we need you to do. Point blank, period. I don't mind Hove getting on the phone with the governor of Minnesota to make sure that Keith Ellis and the Hove's phone call do everything. No, the people in the street, people over there, people over this, and then Hove calling. Maybe the Hove call was the next little bump. Maybe somebody else called after Hove. Maybe Barack called. You never know. But I just think that's where I want us to operate in the spaces of people is we have to be willing to foster just and move off of, are you with us? Or are you not? We can't keep clutching our pearls when every day y'all find out the president's racist again. Like we just can't play the game with them no more. Like I see white people trying to explain what Trump could have meant. I'm like, bro, if I need a nigger whisperer to understand the president, hey, look, man. Like I said, we all know Trump. We all know that nigga. We all know that nigga. Like the nigga who you can tell him, you can ask him, did he do this one thing? He gonna bring up that time in 5th grade. You stole his Lunchable or some shit. Like that's Trump, young. We all know a nigga like that. It's never his fault. Baby, she fell on my dick, baby. That's Trump, nigga.
But she really did fall on my dick, though.
She really did, man. She was out here.
She didn't fall. What we were doing, we were testing.
Oh, why'd you leave Instagram, right? Walt?
That's a shift.
On the spot.
Nah, because I was wondering, because I was thinking about what topics we got in the group, and I'm like, oh yeah, Walt not even in that bitch no more. So what's the point to that? I think Lewis wanted to talk about the hip hop awards. Did you, Lou? Because you put it in the group.
I just thought it would be one of the categories that kind of interested me was lyricist of the year. I think in that category was like the Baby, Lil Baby, Meg,
J. Cole.
Drake. Yeah, actually, Cole, Rhapsody. I think like
Cole,
both Rhapsody. Babies.
Yeah.
And I feel like, but wait, Cole dropped like 2 singles.
Cole dropped.
That was it.
And those 2 singles is hotter than half these niggas' projects out right now.
But he also had.
It's gonna go to Lil Baby, son. I feel like it's gonna go to Lil Baby, just off the strength of the bigger picture.
When is this?
Unfortunately, when is
the
why'd you leave social media? Well,
it just wasn't good for me right now. The mental health is taking a beating.
Oh, Big Sean in there too.
Oh, I got you. I listen to Big Sean's album.
I think I'll give it to Big Sean.
I've given him some healthy spins. He has a couple bars in there. He always got some bars though. Conway the Machine. I just finished bumping his joint. From Kings to Gods.
I'm still slacking on Griselda, man. I don't know why. I'm gonna get into it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, you gotta get into Griselda.
I mean, look,
good things.
A nigga Conway said, "Why every type of music now sound a little Griselda-esque."
I heard no Griselda, so I'm about to find out.
Then you talk to Ebro and Sway, the movement is enormous. I was like, I said, it's like a Conway be eating, yeah, he be eating on the bars, nigga.
Impact Track, DJ of the Year, Best Hip Hop Platform, Best Hip Hop
It's
Platform.
funny though, none of these niggas have released a better project than what would Machine Gun do. I've heard Conway's joint, I've heard Benny's joint, I've heard West Side's joints. I think West Side has the most dynamic feel to his. He's got some interesting features on there like Tyler the Creator and stuff. And I think West Side has the most commercial aspect to him.
Honestly, if what do you call this? What's that dude's name? Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
Alfredo, that's still the best album this year so far.
You like Alfredo like that?
I like Alfredo like that.
Alfredo was good. I don't know what is it about Gibbs. Like my other homeboy fuck with Gibbs heavy too. I just can't. You know who my Gibbs is? Pusha T.
I feel that.
Is Gibbs? Because I've only heard like one or two songs from Gibbs. Is he?
Gibbs is nice. His joint with the Alchemist. I mean, look, the album's fire, but people keep telling me like, I just never went back to it. I listened to it like 3 times and stepped and bounced.
Really? Oh man,
I got some shit on my playlist. Hold on.
Even the first album, I want to say it's Bernie Mac. I think it's Bernie Mac on the intro. But yeah, man, that God is Perfect. Alfredo is a damn good album.
Bandana was good too.
Bandana was really good.
You know what it is? These niggas be releasing too much music for me.
Honestly, there's a lot.
He got a whole song called Scotty Beam.
Yeah.
Who? Gibbs?
Yeah.
I don't think I listened to this. I did listen to this. I did listen to this. I remember he has 1985 too. No, I listened to this project. He made a music video where he's in the desert with this nigga, ain't he?
I ain't check out the music video, but I think
so Detroit too, and I'm not gonna lie, Limbo by Almine, slept on album, bro.
I like Limbo. I actually not as much as I like Detroit too, but
yeah, it's really good. Big Sean missed his window.
You think so?
Oh, so
when he dropped that Down Life freestyle, the album should have came a week later. Because he was doing his interview run. He did a joint with Joe. Yeah. He was back on.
I think it got messed up though. So
I think it did too, but I just really think because he didn't get the his shit wasn't trending like it should have been trending. And I think it's because he went away for so long, came back with the freestyle, did a couple interviews, and then disappeared a little bit again. But our lives have changed so much in that time period that by the time he dropped this joint, he was just like,
right.
Oh, Savage Mode 2 this Friday though.
Let's go.
Booming 21 Savage
for the 2020 and the 21.
Ooh,
yeah, I'm actually just excited to hear some new music.
I want to make a sketch about when Morgan Freeman found out who 21 Savage is. Because they got him narrating the promo. And he was like, who want me to do what? How much they pay it? Like, I just want that whole shit recorded.
20 what?
Yeah, bro. I want that whole shit recorded, man.
Yeah, that's something.
So I was thinking about what do you guys think about a sketch where it's a class where we teach people how to coon write?
I want no parts.
It's of course it's satire. Coonery. Of course it's satire. But we have to I want to do like a whole for instance, I think some of the topics for the class, Candace Owens and why her white boyfriend is important for her voice.
Her white partner, we don't want to be discriminatory now.
I was gonna say partner, but I didn't want to be too gender specific because you know what I'm saying. So I agree with you on that. So Candace Owens and why her white partner gives her a voice.
There we are.
I think that's one topic we could.
We are going to piss off so many people.
I want to. I want to. I want to, but I think we need to start satirizing these niggas. I'm getting tired of them. I really am. Like, I'm more focused on them right now than the white supremacists. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm getting tired of these crooning ass niggas, yeah. Like, it's really that's the most exhaustive thing about the joint is like, can you just go somewhere and shut up? But then you can't because Daniel Cameron is running shit, and I'm like, I try to ignore him, but they still out here.
I'm not even surprised that Candace Owens is dating. Like, this is news to me. Like, I was today years old, like when you just said that, and I Googled him, but I'm like, of course, based on what she talks about, of course is what her boyfriend looks like.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and there you go. That's one of the things we talk about in the class. It's just like, it's literally just gonna be like a quick sketch where we're just like, it's like the class is ending, right? And I'm just wrapping it up for the day. And I'm like, okay, guys, the next time we come in, be prepared to talk about Candace Owens and why her white partner gives her a voice. And then, a couple people come up with some after class concerns, what's going to be on the final exam. And then I go across a couple things that's going to be on the final exam. Yeah, a couple things that's going to be on the final exam.
But like if we do it, like we really gotta like stab people. Like a person coming up after class has to be like, look, I've been really studying Clarence Thomas and his ways of dealing with but I need a little bit more clarification of how I can just protect whiteness in America. Like, it needs
how can I further protect my white wife?
Yeah,
like it needs to be like some dumb shit like that.
And then we need and the teacher's handing like a pamphlet to like Skin Bleachers Anonymous. It's like this place where people who got overboard with bleaching their skin. And I just think that we have to really put our world, we got to really create the coon world. Like, everything they deal with, they hate the way they look in the mirror. The fact they want a white partner, but some of them don't know how to go about doing it. How much more money you need to make than a white woman in order to date her?
How to pull a white woman.
Well, I took a race and ethnicity course. There's a whole chart they had about the income differences between interracial couples, and a black man had to make like 4 times the white woman in order to pull her.
I'm good. I don't even want all that.
Oh, the Asian man had to be out there to get a white woman.
Damn, really?
Like, if a white woman's making 50 grand, he need to be pulling 250.
Yeah, for some old dad, keep that snow bunny, bro.
Right. Because what are you gonna bring to me that I don't have myself?
Right, white.
Well, these are all interracial marriage statistics. So this is marriage, not dating.
Okay.
So this is all marriage statistics.
Still.
Well, well, think about everything he got to work against. He got to work against stereotype small penis. He got to work against stereotype being a meek. He ain't gonna do shit. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He got to work. He has to work against a lot of stuff to pull an American white woman. Whereas
if you a brother, you already got the strong black man, the cool factor going for you.
Exactly. Now I get a shot sometimes, most of the time actually, but
you seen the quote, Joe? Like, yo, being a nigga cool, but this shit kind of dangerous sometimes.
That's 100%. Like, I can admit that I caught a couple of snow bunnies because they thought I dealt weed. Like, nah. Sometimes I knew a nigga, but most of the time, nah.
It happens.
I was damn sure lying though. Like, I was gonna get him some.
Man.
What's your number? I mean, I'll call you when my boy hit me up.
Is that why they don't approach me? Is that why I can't secure the white bag?
Well, yeah, because you most likely would be like, first of all, my tree is mine.
my tree is mine.
That's what you would say. Like, Walt ain't prepared to break it down because of pussy. You could be like,
for white pussy's free.
It's like Walt's like, I'll smoke my black queens up.
I respect it.
Yeah, man.
Look, they have never done me wrong, and they will never do me wrong.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about that at Oakland Bridge too. I was like, I needed a portion where the niggas have a discussion about what type of girl rolls the best J's.
There ain't nothing.
And like
a black woman.
Well, it's like, my character has a point about the white girl. She does it well because she doesn't want to fuck up. so she's extra good at it. it's just like I don't know, man. Like I'm fucked up in the head, man. I'm about to get these jokes off before I die. That's all. That's all I know, nigga.
The one
that's what's gonna be about Tuesday. He got these jokes off, nigga.
The one bit of social media I've seen this week,
and then he died.
Yeah.
This nigga, this little boy, Lil Pump, he said he's smoking a lot now. Specifically, his words, and I'm not paraphrasing. He said, "We smoking dicks now."
Cool. So anyway, next topic. How are y'all doing, man?
Hey, he's trying
what's wrong with these kids?
He's trying to get the Lil Nas X brand deal, baby.
Nah, man. Lil Nas can't be that foolish.
No, it's like that's one thing I was wondering. Like, I never thought that him coming out hurt his career.
Nah.
I thought it was the biggest bump he could do.
Like right now? No,
yeah.
It's a plus.
No, like 20 years ago, you would have been fucked.
Oh, yeah.
But now I thought it was nothing but great. And if your family stopped talking to you, fuck them. That's less people to write checks to anyway, nigga. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So,
my money.
Yeah, so I can see Lil Pump. That's a marketing strategy. I'm gonna come out.
Look, because the gays know how to suss you out too. Like niggas be like, oh no, you really about the culture, and then you know they tax you and whatnot. I'm like, all right, well, you really about it or you not about it. The gays got their way of verifying too.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man, because Lil Nas X still references women in his music.
Yeah, that's because he be dressing like a JoJo villain.
But we know he ain't talking about women though. But he be saying my girl, she, and all these different things. He uses the pronouns. But yeah, man, we can about wrap this bad boy up.
Please,
perfect time.
It's been a good one. Got this finals about to come on.
Who you got?
Oh snap!
Lakers, nigga. Like LeBron's the next level. Like we gotta stop. This man's been 10 straight, 10 in the finals. Yeah,
that's him. Like they said 9 finals, 10 years. I was like,
yeah. This is his 10 finals appearance altogether. He's up there with like Wilt Chamberlain and not Wilt Chamberlain. He's up there with like Bill Russell and James Worthy, like all these old iconic legends.
And like, so, my question, because I'm not a basketball fan, but would the comparison, because like it's always like, all right, Jordan is greatest of all time because of what he did. He went back-to-back triples,
mm-hmm.
But LeBron, and given the field now, like everybody is at a higher level,
Yeah.
It's like, so does that make him more impressive because of the type of of games that need to be played?
I think Jordan, I saw the Jordan doc, and I get Jordan. Jordan was just this nigga who was going to win.
Yeah.
Like LeBron's that nigga now though. Like he's going to win. Like he's going to get to the finals. Like Jimmy Butler said it from the opposing team. He said, look, if you want to win a championship, you have to go through a LeBron James led team. And he's not lying.
Yeah.
That's been the case for 9 out of the last 10 years. So I think that for me, I'm observing it in this space of Jordan won as many as he won in the window he was allowed to win them in. Could have probably got 8 if they ain't fuck him over the way they did. Or if he ain't fuck himself over the way he did. I'm not really sure. But he could have got 8. I think he would have been undefeated in finals. But what LeBron is doing is impressive to me because you had to go get Kevin Durant to beat this nigga 2 times. Like, because Golden State beat him 1 year, then he won the next year, came back from 3-1. Then you went and got Kevin Durant, and y'all dominated the last 2 finals against this nigga. But you needed Kevin Durant to beat him. So that's the thing to me is like, Miami don't got Kevin Durant. So they got Jimmy Butler, who's dope. I'm with you. I look at LeBron's numbers are weird because I used to see the Bill Russell numbers. This man went to he got like 13, he got like 12 rings, been to like 13 NBA finals. I used to be like, yo, these are just crazy numbers. But I'm like, was he the only brother on the floor back then? So I look at it that way, but I just realized like generational talent, that's what LeBron is because his numbers are paralleling these iconic great people in our history. we've just been alive for it. So people always talk about the 3-6 finals record, but I'm like, nigga, but he's always in the fucking finals.
Right, and that is, I feel that plays more to his
now. If
his
he pulls
greatness.
off exactly now, he pulls off 3 in a row in LA before he retires. That would put him. That would make him. He would have 6, same as Jordan.
Yeah,
and he will have had a staggering 13 finals appearances.
yeah, that's a lot.
Like, yes, and each conference dominated. What you want? Who want to smoke? Like, everyone in the generation will be able to say, "How come you ain't got a ring?" LeBron. Well, how come Curry? How come you have a ring? Durant. Curry, how come you got a ring? How come you got multiple rings? Durant. Curry got one on his. He got one on his own, but he's like, how come you got multiple rings? Durant. So it's like, and I don't think Durant's not gonna do nothing with Brooklyn. Like, I'm just saying, I'm in awe of it because I've seen it. I've watched the sport long enough where I'm just like, yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Nigga, 35 years old, and the way he was dominating the game, like, it's just crazy. And I realize it's just a generational talent. Like, and some people said it. I think Michael Smith from old Jamel Hill, he used to show with Jamel Hill on ESPN. He said it best, his and hers. He used to say, he said, LeBron has transcended us comparing him to Jordan. What I mean by that, he said, what he means by that is this: to put his career to a comparison diminishes what LeBron has done. Any way you can slice it, this is the only debate we can have about LeBron now is, regardless how you feel about him, he did it his way.
Yeah.
From Miami back to Cleveland, like, his journey is his journey. Jordan got him all with one. He got him all with one franchise. Never won again. Even when he went to the Wizards, he was some shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Jordan, in the way the game was so much tougher back then, his body was just naturally going to break down playing that many games back to back in all those seasons.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say 8. Maybe that's being generous. I think 7 really.
Yeah.
And Jordan to say we could have won 7 is because, yeah, I just think I just think the wear and tear and the way they could be physically and they could hurt you more back then was definitely a bigger slight to his game. Mm-hmm. The rules have changed during LeBron's era though. LeBron came in when the shit was still knocking nigga down. Yeah. But the rules have changed.
Still fighting niggas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I think in the bubble too, no crowd, bro, you can just lock in. And that's what I've been interested in seeing. Like, this man's level of locked in. There was a game 3 versus Houston. If this man scored 29 points in the first half, if he didn't score those 29 points, it would have been a blowout. What I've seen from him is he can become whatever he needs to become for his team to win that game. He could be the defender you need him to be. He could be the passer you need him to be. He can be whatever you need him to be. Like I said, it's just I'm witnessing the greatness. That's all I'm saying. All right. We gonna wrap this bad boy up.
Hey, well, shout out to LeBron. Shout
out to LeBron. You know, and
we'll see what it do in this final.
This has been the TWEOM podcast. I'm your host Joel Morris.
Your favorite host Louis XV.
It's your other host Walt Rigg.
Peace. Thank you for watching.